one of the senators whose phone records were targeted by Smith. Senator, thanks very much for being here this morning.
Good to join you, Maria. And indeed, what we saw with Jack Smith before the House committee was he tried to go in there and gaslight the American people. What we do know is that not only the senators, but 400 conservative individuals and groups, whether it was the RNC or Turning Point USA or the Republican attorney generals or Citizens United, they got phone records, they got bank records. We need to know exactly what Jack Smith got on each and every person that they were surveilling.
How will you do that? What are your next steps?
You know, Maria, we are going to have the telecom companies before us at Senate Judiciary in a couple of weeks, and you're going to see a series of hearings from Senate Judiciary. It is important to build out this record, and we also know that DOJ and there are investigations there. It's important to do discovery. I want to know exactly what he got. Did he get the content of my phone calls, of my emails? Did he get bank records? What did he get of other people? Because, Maria, if we do not unravel what happened with Arctic frost, they are going to do it again. And the American people and conservatives in this country, all Americans need to know that the federal government is not going to be weaponized against them because someone views them as a political opponent.
Yeah. Well, look, we are watching this conspiracy for the last 10 years continue in terms of President Trump's detractors trying to stop him. Do you believe that the agenda will be upended because of some of these things? For example, some of your colleagues in the Senate said that they are not going to move any nominations forward because of a probe of Jay Powell. What are your expectations on the president's agenda being upended by his detractors?
They are going to try this. You know, they've got Trump derangement syndrome. They've got a terminal case of it. And it doesn't matter if it is Jack Smith or Greenland or ICE, they have their hair and their pants on fire. And they just cannot stand that Donald Trump made promises. He is keeping those promises. He is making the country safe. He is getting to the bottom of how the federal government was weaponized against the American people, against him, against 400 conservatives, and getting to the bottom of this. And, you know, it's like a Tennessean told me this week. They want us to investigate. They want to see people prosecuted. They are tired of the left using the government to go after conservatives and nobody ever paying for the dirty deeds that they have done.
Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, Senator, we are right now fresh off of another killing. A man is dead in Minnesota at the hands of Border Patrol. There is massive outrage across the country because of this. Your reaction, and as an elected official, what can you do to bring the country together to ensure that your detractors, Democrats who are critical of the Republicans' work, that they understand what you are trying to do in terms of weeding out criminals from this country?
Indeed, and the Democrats left the border open. You have all these individuals that came in. All loss of life is to be mourned, and everyone mourns this loss of life. And Maria, as I have looked at what has happened in Minneapolis, I think about the difference that we see in Memphis, where crime has been cut in half over the last 120 days. They've made about 6,000 arrests, and they've rescued 142 missing children. Now, you've got a mayor, governor, police chief, sheriff that are working with the federal government agencies. There are over 20 agencies there, and they have cut that crime rate in half. And Memphis is safer today. Now, apprehending these individuals, deporting these individuals that are here and have committed these crimes is important to do. And we all know that there is a lot of conversation about the uptick around ICE in Minnesota. We know that
Yeah.
people are saying, are they using this to deflect from the outrageous amounts of fraud that they are being investigated for right now?
Senator, let me switch gears. You are in Tennessee this morning. We are
Sure.
watching reports of power out for hundreds of thousands, roadways snarled with ice as dangerous weather hits this storm. A colossal storm is how it's being described. What can you tell us? How are you doing?
Well, the power went out at my house just as we were getting ready for this, and the generator did not kick on. So we're working on that. We're quite concerned. And I've been talking to mayors across the state, the mayors of our counties. It seemed that everyone made it through the first phase yesterday with the freezing rain and sleet. I'm sitting here at my home listening to trees that are popping and coming down. We hear the roads are treacherous. It's about 30 degrees right now, but it is going to freeze. It is going to be down around zero. And the next couple of days are going to be incredibly dangerous. I encourage everyone to stay home, stay safe, stay warm, stay off the roads. Do not get out unless it is absolutely necessary. I do know that our shelters are open. Our mayors have warming stations open. Tennessee Emergency Management is working on this situation. So everyone stay safe.